Hare Krishna. We are here in Mayapur Dham, and now we will interview Jannivas Prabhu. Jannivas Prabhu is living in Mayapur for 40 years, and he is the main priest in Mayapur Dham. Jannivas Prabhu went to Parikrama since Prabhupada's time, and now he will give us his realizations about Parikrama. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for allowing me to speak on the glories of Sri Mayapur Dham, Navdwip Dham Parikram, fulfilling the desires of the previous acharyas. So, ISKCON has a great role to play now in the Navdwip Parikram. We're going to many places. We have the biggest Parikrams. We're uncovering many places by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, many new pastime sites. But I remember the first time I did Parikram, the whole full Parikram, and just walking off to by Shiva Doba, where we turn off, we're going to Mahaprabhu Ghat, Madai Ghat and everything. Just walking along and feeling the soft dust of the Dham beneath my feet, and I have no responsibility now for the next 7 days. I can just completely absorb myself in hearing and chanting and associating with the devotees. And I was just blissful, just walking along in the dust. So this was just before the Parikram begins. And then, of course, we get many exciting events happening. Especially now, the Sri Panchatattva here, the devotees were coming to Mayapur and they saw Radha Madhava and the Astashakti, and they saw a small Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mayapur Chandra, and they were saying, we come all the way from around the world, and where is Mahaprabhu? This is the Dham of Mahaprabhu, he should be more prominent. So then the Panchatattva were made, they came early, because the devotees wanted to become inspired by the Panchatattva. So that it also ushered in kind of a new era. If anybody was here at that time, it's an unforgettable experience of how Panchatattva came. And they would, we've heard of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we've spoken about his mercy, but now it was like Mahaprabhu and the Panchatattva. Here, now you can feel this mercy is coming, it's just coming from the Panchatattva. And it was so ecstatic that everyone, even the small children, were so ecstatic. Even Hari Sori's daughter, Rasarani, she was only about 11 years old. But she was there, right there all the time, and when Panchapranyotta, they were there and they were helping polish, and everyone was just involved. And she told her mother that, she said, "Mother, I've been feeling something I've never ever experienced before." So she was just an 11-year-old girl, 10-year-old girl, but she was actually experienced. So the Panchatattva were really manifesting their mercy during that whole period of installation. And anybody who was there they can witness, it was something very obvious. So it's the time of Kali Yuga where the Dham becomes manifested. Mayapur Dham is invented specifically for the living entities of Kali Yuga, and therefore it's manifesting, whereas other Dhams, they become covered because of the age of Kali. The other Dhams become covered, but Mayapur Dham becomes uncovered. It's revealing itself because it's manifested for the living entities of Kali Yuga. So here is the such an essential point of Mahaprabhu's movement. All he wants us to do is chant Hare Krishna and dance and ecstasy. So this is what we do on Navdwip Dham Parikram for 7 days. We're simply chanting, hearing, walking. But it's so much joy is there and happiness. just to be with the devotees. Forget everything else, just wander around the Dham. So Prabhupada wanted, the previous acharyas wanted, so we can actually experience this. And there are so many places that, of course, we can't see everything, but the pastimes are going on even today, but much of this is revealed to devotees. But at least sometimes we get a little glimpse or a little feeling of the pastime places going there, but many places where, like when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was actually doing the Dham Parikram, he was having realization. He went on the Shingapoli and the Shingadev appeared, put his feet on his head, said, "Be fearless, my child, you stay in Navdwip and chant the names of Radha and Krishna and worship Gauranga." So like that, he's getting blessings. He rolls in the dust. We're following an example. We go to places, we roll in the dust, especially at Amgachi, and another place, where is that, in Madhyamgram, or is it Ritudvip? There's a rolling pad where the devotees come roll in the dust and cover themselves in the dust of the Dham and chant and dance in ecstasy. Jiva Goswami also came. He performed Navadip Parikram. So we have information of the different devotees. It's been recorded how they're wandering around the Dham. Different pastimes are being revealed to them. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Of course, he had the vision. He was the pioneer, revealer of Mayapur Dham as we know it today. The actual birth site of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he instigated the Navadip Dham Parikram, or reinstituted it. And he had a vision. He had a vision of the temple, wonderful temple. He had the vision, or the desire. When will those people from European and Americans and Russians come and join with the Bengali devotees during Harinam Sankirtan? This is something that's realizable now. We have different parties, the Bengali parties, we have the European, Russian, American parties. And then there's a grand meeting and they all join together at the Yog Pit after the Parikram is finished, embrace each other, we see each other as brothers. So this is all predicted by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He had these visions. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur stayed here. Although the pastimes are going on eternally, we may not be able to enter into them immediately, but at least they were going on here. But what is practical is that, just a few years ago, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was walking around here, Gokishore, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. At least their dust is here, and they were always glorifying the Dham, and they were having so many revelations also. The actual Panchatattva came to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, told him to give up his austerity and go out and preach. He saw the Goswamis came with him. His own guru was there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was there, already there, left the planet. They all came to see him. So it's their mission, it's Mahaprabhu's mission. So all those acharyas, they're very anxious to still to fulfill the complete desire of Mahaprabhu. In every town and village of the world he wanted. So his desire hasn't been fulfilled yet. So especially the International Society for Krishna Consciousness is an extension of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. It's an extension of Chaitanya Tamrita because it's fulfilling the desire of Mahaprabhu. And practically Prabhupada's mission is doing the most, I would say, easily, to spread this mission all over the world, the message of Navadip all around the world. So we're so fortunate to be under the guidance of these great saints. And they were just here a few years ago, so their dust is here imprinted in the Dham. We can go to the places of their pastime He revealed also Shyamakund and Radhakund in Navdwip, but actually according to the Navdwip Dhamma Mahatma, the Radhakund is in Ritudvip, and Govardhan is in Koladvip, in Navdwip, present Navdwip. But he also revealed it here, in where he was staying at the Chaitanya Mat, Mashibar, that's Chandrasekhar's house, in Mayapur. So I asked one of his disciples, Damodar Maharaj, how come you have Govardhan and Shyamakund here in Radhakund, because they're located in other places on the Dham? And he said, because my Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, was performing his bhajan here, because of this, the intensity of his bhajan, then his bhajan astan manifested here. He says he has an eternal place on the banks of Radhakund where he does his bhajan. And so because he was so sincerely practicing here, that stan, or the place of his bhajan, manifested here. So his place was on the banks of Radhakund. So therefore he said, Radhakund is here, and Govardhan. He said, you can see. And the disciples said, no, we can't see, Guru Maharaj. He said, yeah, it's there, I can see. They said, can we make it? Can we dig it out so we can also see? So he said, yeah. So they dug the kundas and they built a Govardhan hill. You can still see that. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was actually realizing this. He could see these by the power of his bhakti, by the power of his devotion. So this is all just a few years ago. So these Mayapur Dham is still so potent with the previous acharyas, and especially the from Bhaktivinoda Thakur Gokshore. They were wandering here, checking out Das Babaji. So this is the dust we collect when we're doing the Parikram. Is the most astonishing thing, because it's the dust of the great acharyas that when they speak, when we hear their speaking and their revelations, we associate with the acharyas, that the dust of their lotus feet actually enters into the ears and into the heart, and that actually awakens our dormant Krishna consciousness, our love for Krishna, our forgetfulness for Krishna. It's immediately awakened. This is due to the dust of the lotus feet of the devotees who are preaching the message of Navdwip. This is we used to, when we're Karmis, we have a week holiday or a 2-week holiday, but here there's nothing in comparison. What we're doing for 7 or 8 days, we're just constantly being covered with the dust of all the different pastime places and the saintly persons who live in the Dham. So it's such a wonderful opportunity to all the devotees to come and just absorb the devotion, bhakti that is emanating from the Dham, and help to take that and spread it all around the world. Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Hare Krishna.